University, and the President of the District Bar Association. At the outset, I want to congratulate all the advocates who are all assembled over here on this Advocates Day celebration. It's, of course, in the name of just you have been told that to celebrate the birthday of somebody. This day is being celebrated. 14th January, Children's Day, this 5th September, Teachers Day. ಕಾಟಾಚಾರಕ್ಕಾಗಿ we have forgotten at least one day we have to celebrate like that. As far as advocates profession is concerned, we have to celebrate Advocates Day each and every day. Because that is sustaining us. We are married to the profession by choice. When I was the secretary of Hyderabad Karnataka Education Society, which runs the law college, one of the chief guests said, I had to preside over that particular function since the president was absent. At that time I was secretary. ಏನು ವಕೀಲರು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಸಂದವರು ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಯಾವುದೋ ಸೀಟ್ ಸಿಗಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಸಿಗಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಸಿಗಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಯಿತು ಅಂತ ಮಾತಾಡಿದರೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹುಡುಗರಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕರೇಜ್ ಲಾ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ. ನಾನು ಪ್ರೆಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾತಾಡಬೇಕಾದಾಗ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಸಲ್ಲದವರು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದರೂ ಸಹ ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲೂ ಸಲ್ಲುವ ಹಾಗೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಸ್ವಾತಂತ್ರ್ಯ ಭಾರತದ ಹೋರಾಟದಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಂಚೂಣಿಯಲ್ಲಿದ್ದರು ವಕೀಲರು. ತಮ್ಮ ವಕಾಲತ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ತಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅದೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರ ಕಾಸ್ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಫೈಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಆಫ್ಕೋರ್ಸ್ looking to the condition of the client, we will be charging the fees, and the clients have also become very strict. Sir, ನೀವು ಎಷ್ಟು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಿ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ, ನಾವು ವಕಾಲತ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ತಂದು ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ ಬೆಳೆದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಆಯಿತು ಹಾಗೇನು ಹೋಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಎಸ್, we do it. It is a service. Every day we have been in society. At the same time, of course, we are earning from this society also by this profession. As far as I am concerned, my father died when I was 5 years old. Just there were 2 ladies in my house, my grandmother and my mother. We had 56 acres of land in Karari village of Aranthana. And there were so many enemies in the village. My grandmother thought it fit to see to it that my mother go to the native place of my mother. There, in Patan village in Karari, I had to study 2nd standard to from 5th standard. I was studying in Gulbarga in SP College. Sir, I too, when there was no 2 years PhD at that particular point of time, in the year 1966, I passed my SSLC. I joined PhD, it was for only 1 year. There was also science side. And as far as the language is concerned, up to the 10th standard, I studied in Kannada language. So that was very much teaching me at that particular point of time when I had got admitted myself for PUC. Many persons, girls and boys, they were from convent schools. Whenever lecture used to give lecture on any subject, any lecture for that matter, he used to ask the questions only to the persons who have studied in convent. We friends together discussed, though we have passed in distinction, we friends discussed there, ನಾಳೆ ಯಾವ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟು ಯಾರು ಹೇಳೋರು ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇವತ್ತೇ ಹೋಗ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗೋಣ. So from there onwards they started asking questions, we started answering. When I was studying in 6th standard, 6th and 7th, I joined Scouts, 8th and 9th, ACC, BC first year, BC and BSc first year, NCC, and I got B certificate. I got 15 out of 15 marks in firing, and thereafter there were two subjects we had to choose, major and minor. And for the first time, minor zoology was introduced in SB College. And I took chemistry as a major subject, which was very, very, very vast. Nobody was willing to take that particular subject as a major subject. And I wanted to be an engineer, but circumstances forced me to join BSc. After I joined BSc, so many engineering seats were vacant in PD engineering college. There were notifications on the notice board to the effect that there are vacancies, anybody can come and take admission by paying fees only. Since it was difficult also for my parents, though we had 56 acres of land. From the 8th standard onwards, I used to pay 10 rupees for taking admission and giving a letter to the effect that after scholarship is sanctioned to me and fees can be adjusted in that. So from 8th standard to final year law course, I have paid only 10 rupees at the time of admission, and I have given letter to the principal to adjust my scholarship in the fees of the college. And I was mentioning that I took minor zoology. Only 13 students were there for minor members. And teachers, professors were very good. Dr. Sarvut Shokam Reddy was the zoology professor. He treated these students, 13 students, as his own children. And it is he who allowed us to conduct the dissection of the frog, khorgosh, cockroach, and these lizards. So that has helped me to come across the biology after dissection. I came to know about the systems that will be functioning in the body. That made me to practice on the criminal side. In the year 1970, I completed my education. I mean, academic skills, because I am the last person to speak, and you may be very much tired also at this time. I joined PS as a high school teacher. I had an education. I was selected as a high school teacher in Korali village of Antam. I taught the students for 8th, 9th and 10th. And it will not be, I feel proud. It will not be proudish to say that in my subject, last student also used to secure 50% marks even in committed very much, and I used to give tuition to the students who were not in a position to grasp these subjects. So it was helpful for them. Thereafter, I joined law course. By the time I joined the law course, I married the daughter of Sri M. Nagappa Advocate FM, a leading lawyer in Gulbarga. And in Gulbarga, many people had both the cases, criminal as well as civil. And my senior, late Sri Ghulam Hafiz Khan Sahab, was also having both criminal as well as civil. And my father-in-law and my senior also had some of the criminal cases and many civil cases. He was legal advocate for Yasri Cements, Vasavata Cements, and hence it was very helpful for me to take any file and conduct any case. When I was in the final year, Sri Sharmasappa Appaji was the president of Hyderabad, Karnataka area. There was nobody to take this moot court. So I took procession from the college to the house of the president of HKA Society. And I said that how is it possible, sir, for we people to go to the court and conduct the cases or argue the matters? It becomes very difficult unless we are not in the mood of citizens. So, Honorable President, late Sri Appaji, immediately telephoned Justice Shivraj Patil Sahib, who was in charge, principal of the college, and honorary professor of the college. He promised me that he will be taking the moot courts, conducting the moot courts. But we were 75 students in the year 1974-75. There were 75 students in the classroom. Justice Shivraj Patil called me and gave me a case of Vallabhpur, Halligi, double murder case. It was disposal that file was given to me. There were no psychological questions also in the law case. Forget about the Xerox questions. And he handed over the file to me and directed me to get 75 copies of the file, distribute amongst the students, collect the amount from them, and you people have to argue. And odd numbers, roll numbers, they were separated, and it was told to them that they will be public prosecutors. And even number, roll numbers, defense bias. Fortunately for me, it was even number. I was on the defense side. When the moot court was conducted on that day, I requested Srimati Sharma, Usha Sharma, who was teaching. She was a classmate and she was teaching in the women's college. I requested her to commence the argument. She said that I have not gone to the courts. I do not know how the cases are being presented in the courts. Then Mr. Patil Sahib, Justice Shivraj Patil Sahib, who was just sitting in the chair, just gave it to him. I was saying, come on, you are here. So it may not be an exaggeration. My friends, my classmates. In the moot court, I argued the case for 40 minutes. And later on, when the viva was there after the written examination, Ajappa was the dean of law faculty at that particular point in time. He was there as an external examiner. And Justice Shivraj Patil Sahib he introduced me to the external examiners. ನೀವು ಹುಬ್ಳಿ ಧಾರವಾಡದವರಷ್ಟೇ ಬಹಳ ಹುಷಾರಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದು ನಮ್ಮ ಹುಡುಗರು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಸರ್. ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಏನೋ ಯಾರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಾಲ್ರು ಆರ್ಗ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ. I commenced my argument, it was about 10 minutes. Then he requested me to stop my arguments. Swami, ನನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋದು 10 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾತ್ರ. ನೀವು 40 ಮಿನಿಟಲ್ಲಿ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ ಅನ್ಯಾಯ ಮಾಡಿದಂಗೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. 40 ಮಿನಿಟ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಹಚ್ಚಿ ನೀನು 10 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟೆ ಅಂದರೆ ನೀನು ಅನ್ಯಾಯ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ 10 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಆವಾಗ ನನಗೆ ಕರೆದು ಜಸ್ಟಿಸ್ ಶಿವರಾಜ್ ಚೇಂಬರ್ ಕರೆದು ನೀನು ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ಲಿ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಬಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ರೆಸಿಗ್ನೇಷನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಬಂದು ವಕಾಲತ್ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಮಾಡು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರು. ಸರ್ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿಕ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ I enrolled myself as an educator on 28 November 1975 and I appeared before the court in Bangalore on 1st December 1975. Ustad Sadat Hussain Sahib was very close to my father, even now I am seeing him. He had a case of Jewargi Taluka. 1 year ago was the secretary of his society, Primary Consumer Cooperative Society. Evidence was completed. The case was posted for arguments. It was, I went there, both these, my senior and Ustad Sahib had been to Bangalore. And Sri Chogle Sahib was the magistrate at that particular time. Hey, Swami, argument ಮಾಡುವುದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತೀನಿ. I said, sir, please excuse me. I have come just 20 days back. I have enrolled 20 days back only when it may be difficult for me and the client will not be around me to argue the case. So on one condition he granted me time, it was posted on Friday. He adjourned it to Tuesday with a condition that even if your seniors come, you will have to argue. So I said, okay, ಒಂದೇ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಬರಲೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇವರು ಡೆಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದರು. ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿತ್ತು ಇವ್ರು ಬಿಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರ ಸ್ವಭಾವ ಗೊತ್ತಿತ್ತು. ನಾನು ಭಾಳ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ. ಬಟ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಕ್ಲೈಂಟ್ ಮೆಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಹಿ ವಾಸ್ ಅಪೋಸಿಂಗ್, ಹಿ ವಾಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅಲೋವಿಂಗ್ ಮೀ. When I went inside, I requested again for adjournment. He said no. On one condition, I agreed. You are coming. So I commenced and completed arguments for about 40 to 45 minutes. The public prosecutor, one senior public prosecutor, Sridhar was the senior public prosecutor. He stood up to argue the case. Chogle told him, Swami, Sridhar is so great. ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಸೀರಿಯಸ್. ಮುಖರ್ ನಾಯಕ್ ಸಾಹೇಬ್ ಕೂತಿದ್ದರು, ಭೋಜರಾಜ್ ಪಾಟೀಲ್ ಸಾಹೇಬ್ ಕೂತಿದ್ದರು ಅಡ್ವೊಕೇಟ್ಸ್ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಇವರೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಏನ್ರಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಹುಡುಗಿ ಹ್ಯಾಂಗೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯುಮೆಂಟು. ಇಲ್ಲ, ಭಾಳ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಸ್ಪೀಕರ್ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಅವರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಸ್ವಾಮಿ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಅವರು ಯಾವುದೆಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳಿದಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಕೇಳೋದು. ಅಂದರೆ the judges at that particular point of time, they used to encourage the juniors very much. I ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಕೇಳಿ, ಅದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಅನ್ವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಇಷ್ಟ. ಸರ್ ತುಂಬ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ನೀನಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ನನಗೆ ಇರಲಿ ಅಂತ ಕೈ ಮಾಡೋಣ. 30ನೇ ತಾರೀಕು ಜನರಲ್ ನಾನು ಫೇವರ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಹೇಳೋದು ತಾತ್ಪರ್ಯ. ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಮೊನ್ನೆ ನನ್ನ ಜೂನಿಯರ್ ಕಲೀಗ್ಸ್ 28 ನವೆಂಬರ್ 1975 ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು. 28 ನವೆಂಬರ್ 2025 ಒಂದು ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನ್ 50 years ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಸರ್ more than 150 juniors. ಮುಂಬೈನಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಬಸವರಾಜ್ ಕರಂಡಿ ಎಡ್ಯುಕೇಟರ್ ಮೈ ಜೂನಿಯರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಹೋಗಿ ಅಡಿಷನಲ್ ಅಡ್ವೊಕೇಟ್ ಜನರಲ್ he was my junior. Brothers were my juniors. Many juniors. It is they who arrange celebration on 28 November 2025. Only with juniors and juniors and their family members. Nobody else was invited because they wanted to enjoy and they wanted to have a get together. My suggestion you make the advocates who are sitting over here, it's my request, only one suggestion, that just recently I read in the Hindu news, the former Supreme Court Justice Nariman Sahib was giving speech in some of the function. He has said that it has appeared in the Hindu. Every year 20% increase is there in the profession. So you people have to become very competent. And it is the concern of the seniors and also judges that the junior advocates are not working hard. And many of them, they come and anyhow they get somehow MSc cases and LSC cases, they will be getting money. But that will not make a competitive life. To become a competitive life, one has to be up to date as well as the position of the law is on all these subjects. I have subscribed for 8 to 9 journals fortnightly, weekly, and I have contributed to the library of the Association Gulbarga, even in the High Court also, the Bar Association not having formations. My junior colleague Ashok Mulge was the secretary. He requested me, Sir, Sri Sati Public Prosecutor, High Court Public Prosecutor was my junior. Shivkumar Tenri was Civil Government Secretary was my junior. So I have contributed what I myself having trained so many persons. Trained on that was one and one other repeat point. CV Malik Betia premises in the world. Wow. Showing more than equal junior one portion I hope ಇವಾಗ ನನಗೆ ಕೇಳಿದರೆ ನಾನು ಹೇಳೋದು ಅಂದರೆ ಅವ್ರು ಶಾಣೆಗಳಿಗೆ ನಂಬರ್ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ನನಗೆ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಅವರು. ಸೊ ವಿದೌಟ್ ಟೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಮಚ್ ಟೈಮ್, ಮೈ ಸಿನ್ಸಿಯರ್ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಟು ಜೂನಿಯರ್ advocates, you have to whether to find the offices of some senior or not, you can always concern or approach the seniors. They will be definitely. When we were juniors, we did not dare enough to look at the seniors also when they were sitting in the chairs. That was the discipline. In the courthouse, when the senior comes, All the front chairs will be occupied our time. None of us used to sit in the front row. Though it is vacant, senior may come and today we are seniors. Tomorrow you will be the seniors. Then you will understand. Won't allow the matter to go out of the hand. We have to have respect to the seniors. Thereby you will not become this man. It shows that you are very much cultured. You have respect to the seniors. Seniors in the profession. Thereby you are respecting the profession also. We are officers of the courts. Officers of the court. We will be representing the cause of one of the client. So we will be assisting the court to come to a just conclusion. Recently I heard about a word. Judgment has to be of the law court, not of the judges who are occupying the presidential courts. How they have minded, I don't know. So whatever my sight is there, my bent of the mind is there, my build, because environment in which I am grown up, that makes my thinking, that molds my thinking. So if I sit in the chair, that is presiding officer's chair, that should not interfere with the decision, yes, which is pending before. So if that peeps in the judgment, then it is the judgment of a judge, not of the law. That's what I have read. So ನಮಗೆ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗುವಾಗ ಕೋರ್ಟಿಗೆ ಪ್ರೆಸೈಡಿಂಗ್ ಆಫೀಸರ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಟೆಂಪಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಜಸ್ಟಿಸ್. ದೇವರ ಮುಂದೆ ಪ್ರಮಾಣ ಮಾಡಿ ಸತ್ಯವನ್ನೇ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೇನೆ, ಸತ್ಯವಲ್ಲದೆ ಬೇರೆ ಹೇಳುವುದಿಲ್ಲ, ದೇವರ ಮುಂದೆ ಟೆಂಪಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಜಸ್ಟಿಸ್. ಸೊ ನಾಟ್ ಟು ದಿ ಪರ್ಸನ್, ಡೋಂಟ್ ಥಿಂಕ್ ನಾವು ಇವರಿಗೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ. That's very bad. We have to give respect, to go before certain things. So, ಹೋಗುವಾಗ ಬರುವಾಗ ನಾವು ಆ ಭಾವನೆಯಿಂದ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಬಿಹೇವಿಯರ್ ನಿಮ್ಮದು ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಷನರಿ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್ಸ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಷನರಿ ಸಡನ್ ಬಂದು ಏನೋ ಹೇಳಿ ಜಗಳ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಎದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪರ್ ಯಾರು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಯಾರು ಹೇಗಿದೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು, ಯಾರು ಹೇಗಿದೆ, ಯಾರು ಟಿಕೆಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಯಾರು ಇದು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, ಯಾರು ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, after all everybody is human. Everybody is human being. All of us are trying to become our virtue, are more nearer to people, are perfect. In all the fields, even in spiritual aspect and professional aspect, to become perfect, except the nature, nothing is perfect. We try to come nearer. We have to build a character, building the aura in it. That aura